after finishing my PhD, I got this job as a professor. So I was teaching relational communication and sexual communication. My confidence, I would say, came from two aspects. One is my own sexual awakening journey. I've done a lot of work to become a sexually confident person that I am today. I was very sexually anxious before. And anyone that knew me from my early 20s would know that. So I went through my own journey as well in sexual awakening and doing everything I can. I saw a therapist. I started meditating. I started journaling. So I was doing a lot of things to improve myself. But at the same time, the confidence academically came from preparing for, a semester long lecture for the sexual communication class. And it starts, this lecture starts from the very beginning of sexuality. What is sex? What is gender? What is sexual orientation? And all of that. And then it goes into your sexual debut, which is a new term for losing your virginity. We no longer say that because it's a negative connotation.
Really?
Are you dirty and awful now that you lost your virginity? It's not true, right? So now we use sexual debut, which is a lot sexier. Like, when was your sexual debut, Lopez?
17.
Okay, yeah. So like I was about 16, going on 17 as well. That's the average age of American kids' sexual debut. So yeah, we talk about sexual debut. I have to review so much research in order to prep for these lectures for the whole semester. So my confidence, a lot of the knowledge, confidence come from that.
Okay. So how did you come from Thailand to here? Was it for go to the university, or that's how you got started? Okay.
Yeah. So I came here for school.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Man, so how did you let's move to the TEDx talk. How did you get into that? Did you want to do that, or was that strategically planned, or what?
I have always wanted to share my studies in like a public speaking setting. And I think TED Talks I love them. Like every time I go to the gym, I watch one. And when I'm on a treadmill, like time flies when you watch something on YouTube. Like you can watch this show, The Love Can't Wait, right? Like time flies. So working out is easier. So I love watching TED Talks. And one of my dreams growing up was like, I want to have my own TED Talk. So when the opportunity came by for TEDx, I jumped on it and I said, yeah, like I want to do a TED Talk about my topic, something I'm passionate about, which is sexual confidence. And I was lucky because I just got finished. I just finished that study that was based on 5,002 subjects, participants. I just got done with that. So I was like, oh, wow, I have a really cool data that I want to talk about. Can I do a TEDx on this? And that committee was like, yeah, talk about sex. That's cool. So I was really excited to have a platform where I can talk openly and honestly about sex and my sex study.
That's great. Someone has to talk about a lot of this stuff because, a lot of times talking about sex coming from a guy's point of view, people are kind of like, a little too much. But when a woman talks about it, they lean towards like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can see that. I can see how like male sex coaches are like, it's harder to approach them versus like female sex coach.
Yeah, I don't get into details about sex very often, but I will. If someone asks me a question, they say, "Hey, have you ever went to this kind of party?" I'll be like, "Yeah, I've been there." Or have you ever met this type of woman? I'm like, yeah, I have. But I don't. But I notice when I get into details of what happens, then it's kind of like, oh man, you're kind of out there. Yeah. But if it's a woman saying the same thing, and she's gone into deep details. Is people respond to it very differently,
Yeah. I mean, they still think it's out there, but they think it's more relatable. Like I
Exactly.
about it on my podcast. I talk about like my experience going to sex parties here in Los Angeles, in New York, in London. I talk about my experience at sex clubs, and like we have an episode on sex clubs 101s, like what are the do's and don'ts. I talk about my experience in a threesome. I talk about a lot of sexual experiences, trying to normalize a variety of sexual experiences because I think it's okay.
Yeah, I think that I'm not a real big fan of sex parties. I'm not, because at least the ones Yo, Pat Cat you with another episode coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com. Offer of Love Can't Wait, what can be found on Amazon.com. Yes, sir. It's official, like a referee with a whistle. You know? Give me a second here. I gotta send a little message real quick. You know? We're gonna make it do what it do, baby. You know? We're gonna make it do what it do. So yeah, that's it. You know? Like, share the video, all that good stuff, man. And we gonna talk that talk. Talk that talk like we always do. You know what it is. You know? You know what it is. You know what it is, man. That country cane, man. You know what it is. Every time I'm about to go live, I start getting messages from somebody. I've been home all day. I ain't going nowhere today. And I almost never get any messages if I'm just sitting around chilling. But when I'm doing something, driving, going live, boy, that's when the messages always start coming in. That's weird, you know? I don't know. I don't know if that's a sign or not. You don't know. But hey, man, this topic was brought to my attention by somebody that listens to my podcast only. They only listen to my podcast. They haven't watched any of my videos. But I thought this was a very important topic to talk about, because a lot of guys find themselves in a bad situation sometimes. And a lot of times people will take advantage of you. They'll prey on you. They'll use your situation against you in certain aspects. Sometimes some guys talk too much. They're telling people too much information too fast in a short period of time. When you first meet somebody, I mean, there's certain things people shouldn't know so fast about you. Some certain information has to be earned. Women have to earn your respect. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're attracted to her, even if you like her, you know, certain things have to be earned, not given. You know, I don't even tell people my if I meet somebody new, I don't even tell people my last name sometimes. I might not even tell them my first name. Might be incorrect. Depending on where I'm at. So I don't really be giving out information like that about myself. If you're a stranger, I don't know anything about you. You know? So, I don't really be giving out info like that. But that's just me though. You know? And I don't feel like it's the most appropriate thing to do. I don't know you from a can of paint. You know? So why should I give you personal information about me? What would make me do that? You know? I don't understand when people just start rambling, and that's what women do. Women do that. And let women ramble and tell all their life story. Because if you form a connection with a woman, could be first day, second week, first week, 3 months, man, she'll start telling you her whole life story in a very short amount of time, too. But you're not a woman. You might act like a woman sometimes, but that's not what men do. You know, that's not what men do. Men don't men don't tell all their business like that. That's not something that we do. You know, there's no free lunch out here. You know, doesn't work that way. Yeah, but you know, but I talk about money a lot, and why why you should why you should focus on getting your money situation in order. The reason why I talk about that, it's not because of um it has very little to do with women, really. You know, it has very little to do with women. It really what I've learned, man, is the more money you have, well, I'm gonna say, I'm talking about me now. The more money I have, the more opportunities I have, it kind of takes the stress off my shoulders. You know, I can say it's kind of like when you work a job, I can say no. You know, or when you have an interview, you know, I can say, hey, I don't want to do that. You know, when they ask for overtime, I can say no. You know, if the boss, if even during the interview, if they start talking crazy, I'm like, well, thanks for your time. I don't think this is for me. Or if the boss or if the manager at the work at your job start talking crazy, I can be like, hey, man, I can stand up for myself. I can say, hey, bro, you can't talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? But see, if that's not the case, if all you have is a job, if all you have is one income, no skills, you don't know how to do anything else, you've been on this dead end job for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, you got a mortgage, car payment, insurance, kids, etc. Now you feel stuck. You got to take that. You got to eat that. You might feel like you got to kiss people's ass at the job. You know what I'm saying? See that's the position I never wanted to be in. I seen it. I seen other people do that. And when I was in the 20s, and I said to myself, man, I never wanted to be in a situation where I had to do something to go along to get along, or do something that would affect my manhood. I never wanted to do anything to you know, I never wanted to be a hypocrite. You know, I'm big on integrity and just being a stand-up dude, just being solid. And see, the problem is when your life is out of whack and not in order, it's very hard to do that in North America. You know, you see rich guys, entertainers, you might know some rich people. They even kissing ass. And the reason why they kissing ass because they got that corporate money coming in. So they're slaving too. They just got a bigger paycheck. But they slaving away just like the people that's working the 9-to-5 jobs. I never wanted to be like that. I always wanted to be independent of any corporate company, any type of job. You know, if shit goes to hell, I'll be okay. I might have to make some changes. I'm not going to die. I'm not going to starve. I'm not going to be homeless. You know, I'm not going to jump off the fucking building. You know, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to kill myself. I'm not going to do any of that shit. That's crazy shit. You know, I'm not going to ever do none of that shit. I'm not suicidal, none of that. you know. Now, some people will say, well, I'm working towards my pension, right? I give you that, you know. I give you that. See, I got a plan, man, working toward my pension. Once I hit 20, 25 years, I'm gone. Know what I'm saying? Some people will say that. I don't got a problem with that. But check this out. Some people will say, working towards my pension, I'm gonna cash out and I'm gonna use my pension money to fund what I really want to do in life. What I've been wanting to do for damn near all my life, or half of my life at least. I give you that. I give you that. I'm feeling that. You know, you got a plan. You know, you're just not at this dead end job just because, you know. I'm feeling you on that. Not wrong. I give you that if that's what it is. But if you're working at a dead end job with no end in sight, there's nothing you're gonna get out of this job now and later. You're better off just getting another job. There's no benefit in working that job, the dead end job you have. You're better off just getting another. There's no pension. There's nothing you can get out of that job. You're better off just getting another job. If that's, you can't even use the skills from that job. You're better off just getting another job. You know, you stressing, you know, you getting sick, high blood pressure, diabetes. You know, you might even end up in the hospital once, up in the emergency room once. You know? See, the same reason why you should focus on the money is the same reason why it helps your relationships. Because see, if you got a job interview, I'll give you an example. I just moved here 6 months ago, right? I just moved to North Carolina 6 months ago. If you've been following me, you know, I've been here 6 months now. I'm not in a hurry to get a job. Not at all. When I have an interview, it's a completely different posture. You know, I'm in there sitting down chilling. They're prospecting me when I go to these interviews. I only had 3 of them. They're prospecting me. I'm not desperate. I don't have to work here. You know, I'm looking around, see if things are organized, see how the people, you know, how they look, their body language, etc. Right? You know, I'm looking around for everything, basically. Anything that gets my attention, you know. So I don't have to work here, you know. So they're prospecting me. They're trying to sell me on why I should want to work here. That's completely different posture versus I gotta get a job because I only have a certain amount of money left, or I have no more money left. That's a completely different mindset to be in, man. And people pick up on it, whether you know it or not. You're not hiding anything from anybody. There's a lot of dumb people out here, but they're not stupid. These people have been doing this It's probably an HR person interviewing you or somebody that work in HR. They've been doing this for a long time. They've been doing this for 10, 20 years, interviewing people. So they know when you're starving or on the verge of starving. They know when you need this job. They know. They pick up on it. So they know the deal. So you come in there, you show up early. And if you show up 30 minutes before your time, they know you're desperate. They know you're desperate then. They know you're desperate if you show up 30 minutes early. If you show up damn near the time you're supposed to show up, oh, that's completely different. They might not think you coming. If you show up at 5 minutes or on the dot before you're supposed to get there, they're like, oh, he don't really need this job. Shit. It's completely different posture. It's completely different. And they can tell too, boy. As soon as you walk in, you kind of laid back, you're not like going out of your way to be nice. And no. That's when they know, oh, he's different. He or she. They're different. They don't need to be here. They got options. They know you got skills and you have experience. You can go somewhere else and probably make more money than they're paying. And they pick up on this within 5 minutes. Even before you get there, because they can research now on the internet. They pull your name up on the internet now. Look at your LinkedIn or whatever you got, your resume or whatever. So they can pick up a lot of information about you online before you even get there. So they're like, oh, this person got skills, Now, what they want to know in the interview is what type of personality you have. That's what's most important in anything. And some people don't want to hold your hand. They don't want you coming to them asking you for questions all the time. And you saying, hey, I don't know how to do this. Could you show me how to do this? They don't want that. A lot of people they don't like people asking questions all the time, especially if it's a small company. If it's a big company, yeah, you can dig off. That's a completely different story. You can ask your other coworkers. They'll show you 9 times out of 10. But if a small company, they don't be wanting to, they don't really got time to be talking and showing you how to do things like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, not really. So some of the stuff you can pull, some of the stuff you can get away with in a small company, you're not going to be able to get away with that. I'm sorry. Some of the stuff you can get away with in a big company, you're not going to be able to do that in a small company. So you got options. You can work here or go elsewhere. And that's because of you. Maybe a lot of people looked out for you along the way, helped you out, taught you how to do certain things. Great. But you don't owe nobody nothing. I don't owe nobody nothing. And nobody owe me nothing. I paid people to teach me damn near everything. I went to conferences. I paid people. I don't give a damn. You pay people, that cuts the learning curve in half. And I learned things from my parents. I just forgot about it. Some of the shit I forgot about. I had to go back and wait a minute. I had to think about it, So just having the experience knowledge, right information, the money is right, the money's set, that gives you a certain level of posture and confidence. You know, even if you lost all the money, you still have the confidence to get it back. You did it once, you do it again. Right? That's how it is. No one, look, once you got it up here, forget about it. No one can take that away from you. You know? Nobody. So when you deal with women, women pick up on it too. Women pick up on it too. Women are human beings just like the lady in HR or the man that's working in HR at the company. They pick it. You're dealing with people regardless of what environment you might be in. You know? They pick up on your energy too. A lot of guys, unfortunately, are not really ready to be in a long-term relationship. They're not. They want to, but they're not really ready. We try to put the, how they said, we try to put the, I forgot how they said that shit. We try to skip ahead, basically. You know, we try to take shortcuts, but it don't work like that. You know, and this is why a lot of guys find themselves in another bad situation. They got to depend on a woman for their livelihood. They got to, you know, they got to walk around on eggshells. They got to live with a woman in some cases that they know they're not going to be with in the long term. They know they're not going to marry that woman. They know it. We know it after, guys know it after at least 5 years, probably less than that. You know, but over 5 years, we know if this woman is really fucking with us like that, or if I'm really fucking with her like that. We know it. You ain't gonna say it because we're not in a position to say it. Because our money funny. You know, she's paying the rent most of the time, or you're not even paying half of the rent. You might pay $200-300 and she pay the rest. And some months she paid the whole thing. And this been going on for years. You know, maybe you had a good job, you lost your job, or maybe you just never had maybe was never making enough money in the first place. You know, maybe she's been paying for the majority of the bills since y'all moved in this spot. You know, now that's not, see the problem with that, if she's paying the majority of the bills, eventually she's gonna start to disrespect you. Yep. Eventually she's gonna start to disrespect you. Now, it's what time frame is different from woman to woman. It's not gonna be the same. Now, there's some guys that are married or living with a woman, or both sometimes. If that guy loses his job, that bitch gonna be gone. No. It's fucked up. I know. But that guy, if that guy lose his job tomorrow, she gonna be gone. You know, I'm not saying it's right, but that's just how it is for some guys. Because she wasn't into him in the first place. She wasn't really fucking with him like that. If you know what I mean. She wasn't really into him like that. If she was into him like that, she would motivate that guy and help that guy to find another job or the next job. But no, she doesn't care. But she's not really into him like that. She's not connected to him like that. And the connection is very important when it comes to women. That's very important. If you don't have that connection with a woman, that's worse than living with a man. That's worse than living with a man. That's worse. Shit, you know. Now let's say, and like some women just were never was into the man, and she got married to the man, knowing that she wasn't into him because she settled. Right? Now let's say things were going well. Y'all been married for 5-10 years. And maybe maybe you were struggling when y'all got married. You might have had a 9-to-5 job, but it never was paying enough to cover the bills in the first place. So she's paying the majority of the bills. And it's been going on for a minute, right? A couple of years. Now she might say, "Oh, it don't matter, babe. I got it." You know what I'm saying? You listen to me. If a woman says it don't matter, I'm talking in North America now. I ain't talking about South America. I ain't talking about Mexico. I ain't talking about Guatemala. I'm talking North America. If a woman says that in North America, it don't matter. Or if a woman living in North America says that, the money don't matter. I'll pay them. I'll pay it. You know, I've been paying it for 5-10 years. If a woman says it don't matter, don't believe that shit. No, don't believe that shit. Don't do it. Don't buy into that. You know, see, a lot of women will say that, but she'll start over a certain amount of time. She'll start to treat you differently. She'll start to see you differently, and then she'll start to disrespect you. Know what I'm saying? So don't believe in that. You know, a lot of women, they're not honest. Again, you've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok. This is what he does. Yeah, a lot of women are not honest. You know, when it comes to situations like this. Now there's some women that will stick it out if she's really down with that guy. But everything else, or there's something else, has to be great for her to have no problem with paying the majority of the bills. Like, for example, the sex might be dynamite. If the sex is dynamite, fantastic, she'll let it's all good if that's the case. Something else has to take the place of what she think you should be doing, but you're not able to do it at this time. Or maybe you might not have the mental capacity to do it. Maybe you're not that ambitious. If that's the case, something else has to take the place of that. Well, that could be anything. You don't necessarily got to be sex. But sex is a good place to start. I tell you that much. Yeah, oh yeah, buddy. Yeah, sex is very powerful. I think a lot of guys take it for granted, you know. But yeah, it makes things better very quickly. You you can like change a relationship sometimes overnight. You know, sometimes overnight, man. Sometimes overnight, man. I think a lot of well, a lot of people don't like talking about it. That's the first thing, you know, because everything is so taboo. You know, it's kind of like people they want to have good sex, but they don't want to talk about it. It's kind of weird, you know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like, let's say if you're the type of guy that never was making enough money in her eyes, right? Maybe you could pay some of the bill, maybe you could pay the rent sometimes you couldn't, right? Or maybe you paid the biggest bills, she paid the small bills. Sometimes, right? But you weren't consistently doing it. You couldn't do it, right? And let's say you come into a good job. You're making more money than you did in the last job. It's a $20,000 pay difference. You went from 40,000 to 60,000, right? I can almost guarantee you things will change in some way, shape, or form. It could be in a good way or a bad way, but I can guarantee you the relationship will not stay the same once you start making more money. If she hear, hey, you making 60, you'll be making 60 at the new job, yeah, I can guarantee you just the idea of you making more and doing more, just that in a woman's mind, that eases her mind. So a lot of women look at it like, okay, I could relax a little bit. I don't have to be stressed, you know, because a lot of women they're in that masculine frame. If they stay in that mindset for too long, they'll start becoming combative and masculine and, you know, and somebody might start looking like a man or like a stud. And if she stays like that for years, months, years, it'll become normal to her. And that's going to cause problems within the relationship. You're going to have a hard time living with that woman. This is why a lot of marriages end. It ain't just because of the money. No, it's because a lot of these women are rebellious and masculine as hell today. And it ain't no guy that feel good about himself is gonna tolerate being mistreated. I mean, some guys, god damn, some of these women are cold blooded out here, man. You know, some guys don't deserve the treatment that they get from some of these women, man. And the women know it. They know they shouldn't have treated that guy like that, but they did it anyway because they got caught up in the moment. You got a lot of women out here that are scandalous. Damn. All these women are scandalous, man. You know? But see, when you have the money set, it's in order, you have more than one way to get some money. You don't have to tolerate a lot of that BS that a lot of guys think they have to tolerate. You can say no. You don't got to walk around in the house on eggshells, just like you don't got to do it at the job. You have leverage when you have the skills to pay the bills, like they like to say. You know, you have leverage. You have options. You know, you're not going to be as stressed. You know, and that gives you freedom. That gives you freedom, more freedom. You know, you have more time to spend around the people you like, your loved ones, your friends, your family. You know, if you're working all the time, you don't got too much time to spend around your friends and family. You got to work 5, 6 days a week, 8, 10, 12 hours. You might even do a double every once in a while. That crazy shit. You know? Some people got to work 7 days, you know, during the holidays and all that shit. You know, that's very stressful, man. You know, but see, some people have taken on too much responsibility. They thought they could handle it, but if you making $14 an hour, you shouldn't have a goddamn suburban truck. 2021. You can't afford to have that shit. But you got it anyway. You should have never got it. You know, but you put you and your wife income together and y'all made it happen. Damn truck payment, $750 a month. Damn. That's rent money in some places. Some towns. You should have never got that truck. But you got it anyway. You had to have it, right? Just for show, basically. You know. And the people that you're trying to show off for, they're not really paying attention to you like that anyway. But you're not going to know that until you get older, until they get older. That's when you figure out, like I did, you was wasting your goddamn time all those years trying to impress people that not really into you like that. That money you put into that truck, that's $750 a month, you could have put somewhere else to help you make more money. That's what you should have done. But no, you got to have that brand new truck, right? A big body Suburban. Or that, what else they get? Oh, the Range. You got that Range Rover. That's what? $900. Probably $1,000 a month. Right there. You know? You paying that's rent money. $1,000, $1,100 a month for a car payment. That's rent money. In a lot of places. The gas mileage is killing you. The gas mileage is horrible. You know, you got the Range, but you can't really afford to have them. That's worse. That's worse than having a Suburban, really. And if it breaks, if you don't have no warranty, if it breaks down, you can't really afford to get it fixed. First time it breaks down, some electrical problem. Maybe a switch went out. You take it to the dealership. They said it's $1,000. I mean, $1,500. You like, damn, my payment is that's more than my monthly payment on the son of a bitch. But you pay it anyway. You put it on your credit card. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot we put on it. We put on your credit card. Pay it later. You can't afford to you can't afford to put that $1,500 back on that you just charged on the credit card later. Not all of it. You might pay $200-$300 or maybe half of it the following month. Because you got another car payment coming up very soon. So you're not going to be able to put the $1,500 back so quickly. But in your mind, that's how you think. A lot of people think like that. Oh, man, it's all good. I'll just put it back on the next month. No, you won't. Something's going to happen. It always happens that way. And I've been in situations like that. I made them mistakes. You know, you start using the credit card like cash because you overspent. You got everything on credit. Mortgage, wife got a car, you got a car, insurance for both cars is high as hell 9 times out of 10, you know. And then y'all got kids too now. Kids, it's expensive having kids. Kids are a liability. Kids are not an asset. The house you live in is not an asset either, unless you sell it 7-10 years later. But that's 7-10 years later. It ain't no asset today. It might be an asset 10 years later, yeah, but not today. We ain't making no money from this house today, so it ain't no asset. You know, either you put in or you put. If it ain't no money popping out, it ain't no asset. Just like kids, you know. So the only income you got is the job, basically, and your wife. And when them bills come in the mail, your wife is looking at you to pay the majority of them damn bills. And if you can't pay the majority of it, I'm trying to tell you, most guys, the wife is going to be looking at them funny style. She might work with you for a couple months, couple years. She going to be looking like, what? You ain't that productive. What's going on now? We need some more money in this house. You know, because a lot of women, for whatever reason, they don't be liking to pay. They don't be liking to pay like that. You know, now they'll pay sometimes, no problem. But there's a lot of women, it's kind of weird. A lot of women look at it like, Your money is her money, but her money is not your money. Yeah, I mean, I don't play them games, but a lot of women look at it like that. They got that mindset, you know. But a lot of guys are not going to be able to pull off a woman just taking care of them, and she's going to be happy with that. Most guys are not going to be able to pull that off. Most guys are going to have to be productive, ambitious, have more than one means of income in order for that relationship to flourish. That's just what it is. Every guy is not going to be able to be long slung, with a big long slong, and his money ain't right, and he can do what he want to do, and the woman don't ain't really sweating him, and he can. No, every guy ain't gonna be able to do that. It's just like the majority of guys can't call up a woman on the phone and be like, "Hey, what you doing?" She like, "Nothing." "Oh, I want to see you." "Oh, okay, just come over." "I bet I'm coming over there." He go over there, smash every time, and it's been that way for years or months. Most guys ain't got it like that. Most guys, "Hey, what you doing?" Nothing. "What's up?" "Hey, I'm about to come over there." "Oh, no, 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 no. What you want to do?" "I don't know. What's up? Why you want me to come over?" "No, you meet me at such and such bar and grill." "At what time?" 8. "All right, bet." And he'll meet her at the bar. They'll have a couple drinks, probably eat something. Then he'll proposition her again. She's like, "Well, getting kind of late. I'm about ready to go home." "Well, I'm going back to your house with you." No, no, I'm tired. She'll come up with some excuse, whatever. "I get with you the weekend or whatever," right? Well, he's ready to go now. He's ready to go tonight, today. You know, So every time he calls her, they got to meet out somewhere first. He can't just come over, or she can't just come over to his house. That's probably the majority of guys. At least half of guys in America, right there. There's always something they got to do in order to go to the house. you know, but meanwhile, a guy like me calls or texts, "Hey, how you doing?" "Great. I'm well." "Are you home?" "Yeah." "Hey, I'm gonna stop through." "Oh, okay, come on." It's been like that for years. 5, 10 years. Don't ask, and she don't ask for nothing. She just loves me. That's it. Now, if she was to ask, hey, she needed a favor, no problem. I would do whatever I could do to help if she needed a favor. But you know, that's how it is. Most guys are not. Most guys don't have relationships with women like that. And that's just how it is. But see, if you have your money right, or at least set, you ain't got to be making a bunch of money here. Let's be clear. I'm not talking about you got tons of money every month coming in. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about if you don't move, if you don't work, you still got 15, 1,000, 2,000 coming in every month. Like that. I'm not talking about anything extreme here. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like simple. Start small, regardless of what it is. You get your weight up. You know what I'm saying? And eventually you will get to 5, 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month. That's what I'm talking about. You know, you got to realize, man, I've been around people that were making 200,000 every 30 days. Think about that for a second. 200,000 every 30 days, 100,000 every 30 days, 50,000 every 30 days, 20,000 every 30 days. For 5, 10 years straight. See it. And I'm looking at the spreadsheet of all the deposits for 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. This ain't no damn fluke or no lies. No, I'm looking at the paper. Damn. You the man. You's a bad bitch. Show me how you do this shit. And this ain't no scam either. This is real business. You know? So if you control your own destiny like that, you can be you. You can say what you want to say without being censored, or at least worrying about being censored. They can censor you. That's okay. You don't have to worry about being canceled. And it is nonsense. Because you're not attached to any corporate company that's gonna put you in the trick box. They're not gonna, if they threaten to take your money, it's not gonna hurt you. You know? That's the thing. That's a completely different posture, completely different way of living and being. You know? Most guys kind of have to walk on eggshells, kind of have to play a little role. You know, it's kind of like they can't go but so far. You know, most guys are doing that. They toe the line, something like a lot of people like to say. And some people, they can't say anything about it. You know, but if your life is in order, or at least in the right direction, going in the right direction, you don't have to tolerate a lot of that BS. You know? And a lot of this takes planning. I planned this like 10 years in advance. I try to plan 5, 10 years in advance. If I can see it, I'll figure out how to get there later. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what I did. You know? Oh, hey, share the video, and I'm gonna put the link in here, man. If you want to ask anything or talk about anything, just come on real quick. Otherwise, you know. It's been on here. I've been on here what, over an hour now. You know. So smash the like button, share the video. You know. Yeah, man. So that's what I did, man. You have, you know. And the best part about it, man, is when you get your weight up, you lead by example. And a lot of women feel like you're like the authority. A lot of women feel like you're an authority. Now, if the opposite is true, a lot of women feel like they don't have to listen to you because you haven't accomplished very much or very little. You know, a lot of women, now they won't say that verbally, but a lot of times that's what it comes down to. If they, because if you're older, wiser, much more established, a lot of women will be like, okay, I have to listen to him. I should listen to him and respect him because he's been there and done that, and I haven't. I can learn from him, you know, which is a good thing. So that's a different posture as well. That's a different position to be in as well. But if you're younger, or well, you could be younger or older, but you don't have no experience or very little, no skills or very little, you haven't accomplished anything or very little, you know, a lot of women will kind of poo on you. They'll shit on you. They're like, I'm listening to you for, you know. Now, this is women in North America now. I'm talking women that's living in North America. Now, of course, there's women from different cultures. They operate a little bit differently. But I'm talking about these Americanized women. These are women I'm talking about. Now, women from South America, you can be a cab driver. As long as you're a man, they respect you as a man. A lot of times, that's all it takes. Just be a man. Just be a leader. Just represent. A lot of times, that's all it takes. You don't have to be just you don't have to be all productive. You don't have to be number one and top sales guy at your company. You don't have to be a pastor at a church. You don't have to be in a leadership position. No, not. That's a different culture in South America. That's a different environment. Now, some of those same women will come here, and over time, some of them will pick up that feminist, become Americanized mentality. That happens. But a lot of it has to do with their culture. If they have a weak culture or the family's broken, well, there's a good chance that woman will come Americanized because there's no one there to check her. The women are not there to check her. There's no women around her. Maybe you brought her from her country and she don't have no family here. So over time, you didn't hold her accountable, and she don't have nobody else to hold her accountable. The women that she have around her, they're just like her, which is not a positive thing. I mean, everybody's just, she just like, they're all just alike. No good for nothing, for the most part. So that's why the relationship is failing. Or maybe it has failed. Maybe you got a divorce. See, those women in those cultures in South America, Dominican women, Colombian women, uh, Brazilian women, Mexican women, women from Peru, Chile, Guatemala. See, the women in those cultures keep other women in check. So even if a woman stray off for a couple weeks, couple months, the women will check her and she'll come back to her goddamn senses. Here in North America, if you're born and raised in North America, if you're a woman, what do most women do when the women get out of pocket in North America? If she was born and raised here, they actually give her props for doing dumb shit, or don't say anything. Most of the time, they don't say anything. So a lot of women are not being held accountable here in North America. They just do whatever and destroy the family and destroy relationships. Kids don't like her. Nobody want to be around her. The husband left and got a new wife, and he's getting along fine. And she's looking like, how the hell their relationship worked so well, but when he was with me, it didn't? Because it was you, woman. That's why it didn't work. You were the problem. But she don't want to say that, though, because every woman thinks they're great. They think they're so great, but there's no proof of this. I ask women, how do you know you're a good woman? How do you know you're fun to be around? How can you say things with no proof of concept? They don't do that on the job. You can't go on no job and say, hey, I'm a great coworker without no proof. They'll laugh at you. That's laughable. Your boss will be like, what? They won't take you serious. So women do the same. They do that in a relationship. They say, oh, I'm a good woman. How do you know? It's like, oh, how many times you been married? 0. Well, you're probably not a good woman if you ain't never been married. Anyone ever proposed to you? Nope. You ain't no good woman. If you're 45 and no one ever proposed to you, never been engaged, never been married, something's wrong with you. If that's the case, the math don't add up, woman. The math don't add up, woman. This ain't making no sense. It's yeah, I'm live. Yeah, come on down. What's going down? Come on down. That's why you got to if you get the money thing handled, you will you'll have time to do things you always wanted to do. There'll be less stress, less things you have to tolerate and put up with, especially in the United States of America, in North America. They think a man with no kids is a red flag. Yeah, I heard that shit. Like, I started hearing that shit like, what, 10 years ago. That's a woman. That sounds like a shaming tactic that some woman came up with because they used to say the same thing about women. So what women have started doing is started saying the same thing about men. I'm like, get out of here. A man can have kids anytime, as long as he's in good health. Age ain't got a damn thing to do with it. A lot of women use their little shaming tactics all the time. They'll say the same thing that they say about women. They'll say it to guys now. They try to make guys feel bad, but that don't work on me. That don't work on me. Not at all. Yeah. I had some women that tried to this one woman tried to shame me and said, I didn't since I didn't make a move on her. Oh, you must be gay. I'm like, what? Why is that? You didn't make no move on me. I ain't never had no man turn me down. I'm like, well, maybe you never had met a real man before. They'll say stuff like that. It's just a way of shaming you, trying to make you feel bad because she got a big ego. And they say stuff like that all the time. I don't pay it no mind. I had a woman tell me that shit a long time ago. I'm like, man, get out of here. That don't work on me. I do what I want to do. I put my penis wherever I want to put him at. But yeah, man, I didn't I'm about to get off here soon. I didn't really plan on being on here no longer than an hour, really. But I was flowing, so it's all good, man. But smash the like button, share the video, and don't forget to check out the Love Can't Wait podcast, and don't forget the Patreon, man. Don't forget about the Patreon. I got a new episode I'm putting up there probably tomorrow. Probably tomorrow.
Hey.
Yo, what's going down?
I'm enjoying the cool weather after it rained in Baltimore.
No, what's on your mind?
Let's see. You what did you just say a minute ago? Because I was vibing with that. They say
What?
that if you don't try to go after them, you're gay.
Oh no, she said it. The girl I met a long time ago said, since I didn't make a move on her, she's like, you must be gay.
Right.
She said, no man. She said, I ain't never been around a man that turned me down.
Well, I guess you better work harder.
I was like, man, shit.
So you bruised her ego, basically.
Yeah. Well, but that's a way of trying to shame you because, she got such a big ego. So she's trying to make sense of me not making a move on her.
Or she was trying to, get you to hurry up and do your deed.
Yeah. But I cut her ass off after that. Get out of here. Shit.
I'd have dropped her and then let that line dig.
Yeah. And she called me the next day and said that too. I'm like, get out of here.
Right.
I mean, because she's the type that
Wait, before you say that, did she actually look real good?
Yeah, she's a good looking woman.
What's her rating?
Huh?
What's her rating? And before you say the number, I'm gonna say this: a
No,
6 or a 7 is a model,
she was a 7.
so she could be a model in a magazine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, 6 or 7. No, that ain't no model, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, no,
I mean,
six and sevens are models.
not
They
necessarily, though. It
a
could be.
six a six in a six is either an actress or a model.
I mean, the way
You
they
know,
do it.
an actress can be a 6 to an 8
Yeah, but
because they try. Sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
the way they do the models now, it
Mhm.
could go from 5, 6 to 9s. It's weird.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a 9. I tried. I really tried to figure out who. To me, a 10 is somebody you automatically sleep with. I mean, in a heartbeat. And I don't mean like juvenile heartbeat. I mean,
And what do you,
you've
oh,
had some time.
and what you give Tyra Banks? At least 8,
I
man.
think I think she's a 7.
Make it
I th-
7.
yeah, I think she's a 7. But on
Okay.
her personality, I give her a 9.
Okay.
So her personality and her looks makes her a 9.
Okay. Yeah, but the girl, man, I give her a 7. But the problem with her is she's the type that when she comes over,
Hmm.
she's always with her daughter. I'm like, and then
Oh,
she was one of them pop up girls. It
oh,
was
just show up
like,
at your door.
yeah, she'll
Try,
call, but she's around down the street or something like that, you
trying to
know,
see what you doing.
or she dropped her friend off at the other dude house, and she know I'm down the street, so oh hey, I'm at my friend house. I'm dropping my girl off, and I'm coming down to your house. It was never anything planned with her.
Right, right.
She's one of them types. And then when she come over, like your daughter, would you? I'm like, it's always like that. And every time I was like, yo, why don't we have an official date? It was always, oh, I'm busy. I'm working all the time. It's always an excuse. I'm like, oh, whatever, whatever. And then her daughter is is here the same night, and she's sitting on the couch. She's sitting on the couch on the other side of the couch. I'm on one couch, she on the other couch, and her daughter is on the balcony doing whatever she wanted to do.
Why?
So how I'm supposed to make a move in front of you with your daughter on the balcony?
Oh no, no. And what's that look like for her? That's
Exactly.
even worse.
I guess she was waiting on me to say something. Okay, let's say I did say something. Let's say, hey, your daughter's still here.
She's gonna be like, sit here and watch the TV, baby, while you go in the other room.
Please.
Oh,
You know,
mm-mm.
she was a character, yo.
Yeah, I believe it. I
Yeah.
believe it.
Well, I'm like, man, hell with this shit. And then when you see her, she was always standoffish like that.
Hmm.
In person, even if I saw her out and about somewhere,
Right.
because she's always standoffish. And when she come over, she's standoffish. So I'm like, yo, what's up? This chick is a weirdo.
But see,
First,
I'm quiet.
I was like, yo, I don't know, you gotta have somebody else. This is, and
I
then
mean,
no,
she might have some. She might have some friends.
no, she came clean. She came clean. She said she was with
Oh,
this guy for a long time, and
hmm.
he's trying to get back with her. So I was like, "What you gonna do? You gonna get back with him?" Mel's well, obviously you have some type of connection with the dude.
Wait,
You
wait.
know?
She brought her daughter with her. So
Yeah,
how did she think that was going to work out?
I don't know. That's why I thought
Oh,
she was a weirdo.
Oh, mommy, what about that other guy? That's a hell of a conversation. We gonna see you on the news.
This bitch is a bad role model.
Role model. She's a case for TV, the news line, man. She gonna be what is that? What's the name? A point that all women should look at to say, don't do this.
Yeah,
uh,
I wonder what she's doing today.
Same thing.
No, she ain't got. No, she was older than me now. At the time, she was about. I think today she would be
50.
mid 50s today.
Okay. How old was she when that stuff happened?
Uh, about 40.
Okay, she's still doing that shit.
Yeah,
I mean, she's still doing it. I mean, what can I say? You think I'm wrong?
no, you could be
uh,
right.
let wheat waffles and a couple other people let you know. uh, they got they got her number down.
She was a
Uh,
country girl too.
oh, they're usually the best. She
Country
could
girl.
cook.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
oh yeah,
Ah.
yeah. I ended up going to her house one time. She cooked everything.
You know
I'm
what,
talking like he cooked like my mom and grandpa would do.
dude? Okay, in that case, let I would take one for the team at least once every week or once every other week. Then you know what? Every 2 to 3 weeks. How about that? If she can really cook,
Oh yeah,
tell
she
her to,
cooked.
tell her to come over every Friday and every third weekend, every third Friday you give her some. As long as she's cooking.
Plus, she had kids now. Don't forget, she had
Hmm? I thought she only had one.
no. She had two,
So so why bring your daughter?
3 kids. Oh, she had 3 kids. Yeah, she had 3 kids.
And how old were the other two? They were like in their
Uh,
teens.
the one she had, her daughter was the oldest. She was about 10,
So
and
why did she bring?
the other one was little, like 5, 4.
So why did she bring her with her?
I don't know. To be honest, because I know she used to leave the smaller kids with her mom. She was close. She was a mama's girl. She was close to her mom,
Oh,
and
oh, so they used to.
she used to always say, "I'm never moving away from my mom. I'm never moving away from home." She's like, "I don't give a damn what guy I get with. I tell them straight up, I ain't leaving my hometown." She tell
Okay,
everybody that.
so what if they're gone? She's still gonna stay?
No, she ain't going nowhere. She ain't leaving mama. She's a
Uh,
mama's girl.
well, I'll see you in about a month.
She
Six
mama. She
months.
ain't leaving mama. She told me that before. She told me that before she had told me she had kids.
Mm.
She said, I ain't leaving. I'm telling you right now, I ain't moving nowhere. Nah.
Especially nowadays, a lot of women are saying that. A lot of
Yeah,
them are
I'm
saying.
hearing more and more of that. You're right about that. You know.
But then, as I said, women overseas don't want to leave because they're close to their parents too, even more than
Well,
women.
I don't. I'm not knocking the women that say that though. I'm not knocking them
Mm. No, no, not at all.
at all. I get
I,
it.
I mean, me and my brother took care of my parents till they died, and
Me too.
I don't, I don't know. I'm just about to jet. Nah, sorry for your loss, man.
Yeah,
Um,
same to you, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, but
Um,
I get it. It's plus if you go to a new place, a lot of people get homesick
right,
being away
right.
from family.
Yeah, I was stationed in Korea, Georgia twice. I can understand.
Yeah, yeah. And a
But
lot of people, a lot of other people, they have a um their families today. Like let's say South America, right?
mhm,
Their families today are like our grandparents was back in the day.
yeah, yeah,
That's how it is. They eat together on every Sunday
Yeah.
and sometimes Saturday.
My
You
family
know?
used to be like that. At one
Yeah,
point, we were like that. My
yeah,
my mother and her sisters would do that, and my father and his brothers would sometimes come over.
yeah,
But my father would be there. You
yeah.
know.
And
So,
every holiday, damn near every holiday when they would get together.
yep. Valentine, even Valentine's Day was thrown in
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Thanksgiving,
hmm
Christmas,
hmm
4th of July,
hmm
um, New Year's Eve.
Two family reunions. No, three, and one of them was the big one because we got
Oh, they
like
didn't even
2,000
check this
kids.
out. Most families don't even do family reunions.
Uh,
That started to be a thing in the 90s.
nah, my family's been doing it like I think I think it's been 100 years because they have pictures and stuff all the way back then and stories about it.
Oh, okay.
They've
Yeah,
they've been
but I'm saying most families don't do it.
right,
They
right.
didn't have to do it.
No, no, no.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
they were always close to each other.
Yeah.
But like my grandfather's father, my great grandfather's family, he moved his whole family up here from Virginia.
Mm.
Um, and you know, they, there was people who that had money down there that was in our family, but there's people up here that was doing their thing too. But I mean, still, they were working hard, and they had their families to go see. So they'd be in Virginia, in Maryland, Pennsylvania, and New York, and New Jersey.
Yeah.
And they get to see them like one time a year, maybe.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Usually
But
summertime.
right, right. But
Yeah.
now there's mass transit that we can get on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're
So
they're big like that.
that's why if a girl says, "Hey, I don't want to leave my family and move elsewhere," I get it.
Right.
I
No.
automatically get it. I understand
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know. So this is why I
But
say if I'm a guy and if a woman says that to me today, I'm like, I don't know if I want to pull her away
leave.
from that,
Right. Right. Right.
you know? Because especially being that my parents are gone.
Right. But then if you don't like moving around, she had to be like 10 times a wonderful woman with a lot of pull in the community. It don't even have to be about looks. She has to be on it. I
Yeah.
mean, on it, on it. She got to have representation in that local locality. She got to have she got to have her whole shit together for me to stay there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's a good point.
because and I have to be when you have my shit together because you can just see it where if your shit ain't together, you ain't gonna be with her too much longer.
Well, no, usually if you're in another country and let's say you start having some financial problems,
Hmm
most of the time you get kicked the hell they kick your ass up out of there.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what usually happens.
yeah. I'm agree
Yeah.
all the way around for a
Yeah.
woman anywhere. If
All of
you,
a sudden,
yeah,
all of a sudden, when it's time for you to, renew your papers,
hmm
your shit get denied. Damn. Because, if you don't have no kids
right.
in that country and
You
you ain't
gone.
invested in nothing, no
Mm.
business, I'd be like, this person ain't really taxable. I mean, shit, denied. Bam. Yeah, buddy.
Well, well, there's this one guy that's in the Philippines right now. They're making him leave for like 30 days or something because a week or 30 days because his 34-month visa is up or something like that. So he's got to
Yeah.
go to Thailand or whatever. But I'm like, I mean, he has a kid with this woman. He built a house and everything. So it's
Well, he
kind of
probably
weird.
did some foul shit early. And then he tried to correct it, and that's why he's in the position he's in.
So
That's
he got
probably
to
what
leave.
happened.
He got to leave and then come back so it'll
Yeah.
warm up or cool
That's
off.
what a lot of people, when they know their time ran out, they start scheming and shit.
Right.
You know, they might have get married to another woman.
Oh man.
Before they get with the real woman.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the woman they got married to the first time, she hauls ass on them. I hear a lot of these stories.
How come you are saying it line for line?
And then
It's line for line.
and the woman that hauled ass on him, he don't know where she at. She's somewhere
No.
in America or wherever she at.
That's half the truth. He knows where she's at.
Even if he know where she at, she ain't coming back.
She come back to visit.
Come back to visit. She ain't coming back to help him out.
Right.
You know. And now the woman he really want to be with, he want to be with her, like for real. But he got to divorce her, or do the paperwork and everything to prove that he divorced, to get with the real woman he want to really be with.
No, see, I'm not gonna mention his name, but here's the thing.
I don't know who he is anyway. More than likely,
he was married to two women at the same time on different parts of the Philippines. On one end, and then on the other end.
There you go. That's legal.
And both of them got, excuse my language, got fucked up. Yeah. And then he's with this other girl he didn't marry. So he broke those other two off.
So now he's trying to make the paperwork look legal in print. Now that's what he's trying to scheme.
No. His thing ran out. His visa visit thing. So exactly. he got to do the visa hop where you travel from one place to another.
But I'm saying he has to make it look legal on paper.
Right.
That's what he's trying to figure out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, do them visa runs because everybody does it.
You know,
but I feel sorry for him in the way that if he was in Thailand, he could go to Cambodia, he could go to anywhere else.
No, I don't feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for people that do it because they really brought it on themselves. Should have took your ass back home. So I was trying to scheme. I mean, if you gotta go, you gotta go, man. I ain't trying to break no rules in no other country, man. I ain't trying to do none of that shit.
Nah, if I gotta do my visa run, I'm gonna go do it. I'll be back in a month or two.
He should have done that the first time. He ain't want to do it. He's like, I'll just get married. That way I don't gotta leave.
Well, he's not married this time. But yeah, he has to make that visa run. So.
Or if he had some pimp bone in his body the first time, he would have found a chick from the get-go
that both was really
places. Rocking with him.
In both places.
You know what I'm saying?
One in Philippines, one in Thailand. I'll be back in 6 months.
He ain't had the scheme if he has some pimp bone in his body.
Nope. I got business over here. I gotta take up. You like my money, right, baby? Then I gotta go. It'll be 6 months. Take me with you. I can't do that.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys be paying the girl and all kind of shit. Yeah. You know, but if said, look, if you couldn't, if you had some pimp bone in your body, you would have found a girl that was really rocking with you like that, player. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
they don't be thinking right, man. A lot of guys don't be thinking right. They be leading with their wallet and all kind of shit.
Right.
You know, so I don't feel sorry for them because I know I hear a bunch of stories.
No.
And then check this out. You got a lot of guys that, you know, they're telling you need to come over here, wherever they're at, right?
Right.
But they left. So wait a minute. Now, you know where I'm about to go with this. If it's so good,
why didn't you stay?
Hey, you want me to?
but Most of the guys I see, they've been there for 14 to 20 years. I'm like, what the hell is going on over there?
Now, now if a guy's established, I'm not
Right.
talking about them. I'm not talking about those guys.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Right.
the guys that do videos, and every time you
They
see they've been in a hotel for 2-3 years. Or
right. Jump to a different country or whatever.
yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, you realize you've been in a hotel for 2 years, 2-3 years, and you keep, you why should I listen to you?
Not at
You
all.
don't have no obviously you're not established. You
Right.
I never see you with the same girl. It's always somebody different all the time. And you
Exactly.
tell me you've been going to this place for 7 years, 7, 8 years, and you say I don't got no girl over. I ain't really close to nobody. I ain't there's nothing established in seven
Right.
years.
Right. Right.
You speak the language. That's it.
Then no. Some of them don't speak the language.
Now most
There's
don't.
there's this one guy that was in Japan. He got two daughters, and and you know him and his wife got divorced. But I'm like, dude, you're still in Japan, and I'm like, why would you be there for over 20 years and not learn the language?
Yeah,
That
that's crazy. That's crazy.
that tells me either that he says he likes the place, but do you like the people? I mean, he doesn't look like
Probably
he's
not.
stupid. He doesn't sound like he's stupid. I never understand that how someone can be in another country and not learn its language.
Yeah, that don't make no sense. Not
And
20 years.
I was in Korea for 1 year and I learned a lot of good words. They get
Yeah,
me in trouble, but I learned a lot.
yeah.
That will get me in a lot of trouble.
You
Oh
got a
man.
lot of guys, man, that are basically full of it, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
yeah, yeah,
I'm like, bro, you in the hotel room. You've been in that hotel room for 2, 3, 4 years, bro. You have no established relationships with nobody. They said this. This ain't
mm,
nothing. This is not what I said. This is what they said. They said, I don't got no girlfriend and I'm not close to nobody. And they said, hey, you think you ever live over in that country? No.
no,
Did you ever find a wife in that country? No.
no.
So why you keep going there?
I have no clue. I don't know how somebody does that.
That doesn't make any
But
sense.
wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm at 4%. Before
Oh,
I go, but wait a minute, before I go, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. What did you think about that ending? Did you see it
I
coming?
didn't see. No, I didn't see the ending.
Oh man. And there's this one guy from Britain that was looking at it at the same time. And then he looked at the case that they had over there. Because, first of all, she wasn't part of the case. She was basically a witness, basically somebody to. And then they tried to say that she was what she said, she was a credible person. So they took her evidence as credible and they didn't take Johnny's information. Then, but here's the thing, she snuck her dog into Australia. She tried to lie about it with her lawyer, tried to, and mind you, she had an assistant that she fired that she told the American government wasn't an assistant when she was in the United States, but she fired her. And written in the letter, she was working for her. So she was emailing or text messaging to this lawyer in Australia and trying to get them both to lie to say that I think they were 3 days, whatever it was. She basically lied. So she lied to our federal government. She tried to lie to the Australian courts about her damn dogs, and that's federally as well for Australia. And then she admitted that she was guilty in court, and the judge said, "Well, that doesn't sound like she. It sounds like she's reliable. She's not. You can present your information. You sound very reliable." And I'm like, Johnny ain't got none of that. None of that.
How'd that woman get away with all that shit too? Like the cocaine, obviously that was coke. How'd she get away
Here's
with
the
all that shit?
here's the thing. The lawyer in the UK, the barrister in the UK, said, "I'm going back," and after he looked through it, he said, because it's hard to get an appeal in the UK. He said, if I look at all this now, he's able to get an appeal because all this stuff was brought to trial, and you know, basically, she basically lied her ass off on stage. But even then, in their country, that doesn't matter because they've already passed it, they've already tried it. But at the same time, what the judge said, that the reason why he accepted her evidence is faulty, and saying that since she was a witness and saying what she was saying was true was faulty as well. And then there's people the judge wouldn't even allow to be speaking there over there. So it's like you let a consistent liar talk in court and bring her evidence, but all the people that denied her, that you know just might be a little off, they didn't want to he didn't want to listen to them. That sounds crazy. That's insane. So he's petitioning to get it retried right now. So anybody who tells you that Amber Heard had a trial in the UK, no, she never did. Really, he could run a trial on her now in the UK. It was against that one newspaper. I forget the name, like a Guardian or something like that. So long story short, he could go over there. Here's the thing. I think that none of that went through like that because he was trying to present information about the newspaper to the newspaper, but he should have actually done a thing against Amber Heard first, then against the newspaper. Just like over here, he did his trial here with Amber Heard, and then he can go after the ACLU and the Washington Post and any news organization because they reported it and didn't check the facts. All right, let me get going. My phone is about to die.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, bye.
There you have it. Another episode. Like, share the video. Check out the Love Can't Wait podcast and all that good stuff. Till next time, I'm out. Peace. If you like this video, share this video. And if you want to support my channel, click the thanks tab and leave me a donation. 2, 5, 10, 50. Just click whatever tab you want to donate and leave me a note and let me know how the video helped you. And you click the buy and send tab. Appreciate it.